Breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. You know, always got some breaking news over here. Unique Mecca Audio, man. Breaking news. President Biden drops out of presidential race and will be endorsing Kamala Harris. Will we finally see an African-American woman as president of the United States? Put it in the comments. Let me know what you think of that. Let me know what you think of that. If you're not subscribed, subscribe and hit the notification bell. If you already subscribed, hit the notification bell. I'm going to say that 2 more times. If you're already subscribed, hit the notification bell. If you're already subscribed, hit the notification bell. I got a lot of things going on, so I don't know when I'm going to be putting up videos, but I'm going to keep them up here for you because this is for the people. All right. Let's go. We're going to top this off and do it like this, man. And cop the book of Rowan Harlem at rowanharlem.com, please. Book is on the screen. All right. All right, you know what it is. Unique Mecca Audio, man. I'm here, man. Check this out, Rob. We ain't worrying about views. We don't do all that over here. Unique Mecca Audio is to enlighten the people so you understand what's going on. Everything is not about, Jay Prince and Cameron and Mace and Drake and Rick Ross. And I done heard that, Rick Ross and, not Rick, Drake and 50 Cent teamed up to go at Rick Ross. Come on. You know what I mean? We don't need to talk about that. We got a little over 90 days for the biggest election in America's history. And I feel that's more important than all this, as I'm going to say it, black news. All right? We're going to stop that. We ain't going to do that. And we definitely not going to go there with it so we fully understand. Now, I'm going to play this so you can see what's going on. Let's bring this over here real quick. All right? Now.
Vice President Kamala Harris has emerged as a top contender to replace President Biden on the Democratic ticket after his historic decision to withdraw from the presidential race. Biden threw his support behind Harris, saying that his decision to select her as his vice president was the best decision he's made. Since the president's endorsement yesterday, the Harris campaign has raised $49.6 million in donations. Our Nancy Cordes is at the White House following all the latest developments for us. So, Nancy.
Yeah, we're not even going to go there. We don't need them Europeans telling our people what's going on. So I paused it because I'm going to give you the real so that you could understand it. But I want a nice picture of her in the background with me. Now that's a good picture, right? Gunshots, gunshots, gunshots. Pay attention, man. Don't get focused in all of this, Cameron and, like I said, the Diddy and the Kanye West and all that news. This is what's happening, and this is what we have to pay attention to, okay? Biden dropped out the race. He didn't want to drop out the race. Y'all have a lot of questions to put in these comments because I want y'all to talk to each other in these comments. So I'm going to break it down so you understand. Sit back and enjoy the ride. Now, President Joe Biden drops out of the presidential race and endorses Kamala Harris to become the nominee for the president of the United States. Now, Biden spoke with Chuck Schumer before he withdrew from office, right? Now, from CNN's, right, Caitlin Collins, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer spoke with President Joe Biden before the president posted a letter announcing his exit from the 2024 presidential race, according to familiar sources. So now, we know that, those of us that's been watching a little bit of this, because all this, I'm going to keep it 100. Cameron and them said that homie was boring, you know what I mean? But nah, I ain't going to go there. This crap is boring when they sit here and tell us these blatant lies and try and play games with us. And that's why I want y'all to open your eyes and pay attention to what's happening. And we're going to deal with the real here. Now, if y'all really have a problem with Donald Trump, if you really have a problem with Donald Trump, regardless what you think, of the votes don't count, all that, then you need to go to the ballot box. If you really, with Donald Trump, you know what I mean? Then you need to go to the ballot box as well. Now, I'm going to let it be known like this. I'm going to keep it 100. Donald Trump freed me from prison. That's why I'm here to be able to talk to you. A lot of my comrades is still in jail for over 30, 40, and 50 years based on Joe Biden and the crack, laws that he put into place and the mandatory minimum. Remember, he wrote that crime bill that put us away. Him and Kamala Harris. And don't forget, let's talk about Kamala Harris too. You know what I mean? Because we're not picking sides yet. Because I don't even know if I'm gonna pick a side. But let me speak on this. Kamala Harris, right, was there, and she was intricate in not granting Tukey Williams his pardon and allowed Arnold Schwarzenegger, the senator, whatever he was, the governor of California, to execute Tukey even after he showed that he reformed. And he wrote children's books, and he was an advocate for the people. They took away one of ours, and this woman had a chance to save him. She didn't. Not to say nothing, it's up to you if you felt that he should have died or not. But look at me. They expected me to die in prison. I showed my rehabilitation. The Honorable Donald Trump came in, and he put the First Step law in place. He signed off on it. A lot of people was intricate, including Jared Kushner and everyone else. And big round of applause to Brittany Barnett and Buried Alive and Corey Jacobs. I want to say that. All right? Let's give a round of applause. I want to give them a round of applause. All right. Relax, y'all. Relax. Because this is serious to me. They're the ones that put the paperwork in to get me out of there. Now, we had Karen Morrissey, who was intricate in keeping the connection together with me and Brittany Barnett. You know what I mean? So Karen Morrissey also get a round of applause, but I'm keeping it 100. She kept the connection together, and she was definitely supportive of me getting out, so I had to say her name as well. But I want to let it be known that it was Brittany Barnett who did the paperwork, and it was Corey Jacobs who talked to Brittany Barnett to let her know that I'm a cool dude from back in the days, and he knows me, and he knows that I've been rehabilitated. And the two of them own Buried Alive, and they chose to take on my case. Right now, I'm trying to persuade them to take on Kenneth Williams' case. That's Kenneth Booby Williams from the Booby Boys that Rick Ross is always talking about. Rick Ross, step up. Let's get our brother out of jail. And you already used his name long enough, and this ain't to disrespect you. Booby, my brother. I know Booby from the street. We hustle together, not together, selling drugs hand in hand together. So you rat bastards could stop the foolery. We hustle together in the Tidewater, Virginia area. That's Norfolk, Virginia Beach, and Suffolk, and Chesapeake. Me and Booby and the Booby Boys was down there. We respected each other. So I say we hustle together in the same land. Because you get these rat bastards saying, oh, you did Booby. No. Booby's boys at times might have copped from us, and our boys may have copped from them. And I ain't going to get into nothing else because I'm not even going to play the allegedly and play these games, but let's ride back to this conversation dealing with Kamala Harris. Now, the president's staff members had no clue that this was going to happen because he's been defiant. They only found out, at the last moment that President Joe Biden wasn't going to run for, re-election. That's the first time in decades since a sitting president, didn't run for re-election. And that was so hard for Biden to understand that you cannot beat Donald Trump. And the crazy part is when he came in with his reckless New York mouth, like how I got this aggressive demeanor, you know what I mean? Everybody look at me. And one of my homies, my manager even said, Nick, you be scaring the viewers. I said, yeah, I want to scare away the rat bastards. And that's it. And those that don't want the real. I don't need people to look in and say nothing. Just shut the F up and listen. And that's it. If you got something sensible to say, if you got a sensible comment, or response to something I say, feel free to put it in the comments or even call me on, my phone. I went out and bought a nice brand new iPhone for y'all. And that's what I be saying about my Cash App. You know what I mean? All this costs money to be able to communicate with you. So you can't get angry or say, oh, this dude don't answer the phone, this dude don't respond to text, and you ain't sent a dude $1 because my time is valuable like your time is valuable, and I had to spend my money. And y'all know how much it costs for one of these iPhone 15s. Yeah, you see them 3 cameras, and that ain't free. So y'all think that I'm going to spend my money on an iPhone camera and then sit on the phone with you talking for nothing because you got dudes talk about, oh, he Reverend Knight, he asking for a cash app. Yeah, because he giving you something. All right, now let me get back to where I was at, right? President Joe Biden has announced he is dropping out of the presidential race after taking calls from Democrats for him and his reelection. They let him know straight up, yo, check it out, man, you can't win, back out. Get out the way. Get the hell out the way. You know what I mean? He refused because I assumed, just guessing, and you know when we assume, we do what? That's what I'm doing. I'm assuming that he didn't want it to go down in his resume that he wasn't strong enough to run for re-election. But brother, you was gonna get slaughtered against Donald Trump because the black people is starting to wake up to who and what Donald Trump is there to offer us, regardless what you think his racial, religious beliefs are, is what he has to offer us. He offered you and delivered to you me, Lou Sims, Farris, so much of us. You understand what I'm saying? So you understand Antone White out of D.C. You understand? And we trying to get Kenneth Booby Williams out and Jimmy Fingers out. Jimmy Fingers, Lorenzo DiCasio. I got to put his thing up there in the comments so y'all can follow him on Instagram and support him. That's Jimmy Fingers. We got good brothers that's behind the wall that got caught up with this foolery that Joe Biden put in that kept us captive away from our children, where now, yesterday, I was in the park with my son and his friends, and we having a conversation, and I'm trying to give them some jewels because my time was limited, because I left my cookout that I'm going to air probably later on today, tomorrow, for the Old Timers Day up there at the Battlegrounds up on Amsterdam Avenue and 152nd Street in Harlem, right? L, as they call it, that part is Washington Heights. All right? But now, I'm talking to him, and I told him about a book, the book, The Secret. And because they looking up to me, so I'm telling them, look, this is what helped me to be able to acquire everything that I've acquired and move in the manner that I move, is a book by a lady named Sandra Morrison. Yes, a European lady. It's called The Secret. I'm recommending it to all of y'all. You see, I'm plugging her book, and I don't even know this woman. You know what I mean? So now, you know, the same way I got my book, A Row in Harlem, I got to plug mine too. Now, so you fully understand. Now, I'm talking to him and I'm telling him about the book, and it's about the power of attraction, and the kid cuts me right off. You know what I mean? No, you know, I read books like that. You know, I read Fall Back, son. You know, you got a man 60 years old talking. You know what I mean? That's old enough to be your father. You 40 years old, 41 years old. You know what I mean? I don't have a lot of time. I'm trying to introduce you to something, and I'm telling you about this book. Yeah, but I read these books like that. And I said, family, listen, either you're going to talk or I'm going to talk. I want to listen to everything you have to say, and I don't have a word to say back about anything you have to say, because those 26 years that I was locked in a cage where everything stayed in a bubble, you was out here living a life when everything was moving faster than a rocket. You know what I mean? So when you talk, I want to listen. I don't have any rebuttal to nothing you say. So that's why I'm telling you right now, you know what I mean? If I'm going to talk, I don't need you to say nothing. I need you to do the same thing that I'm offering to do, and that's shut the F up and let me speak. Like, I'm going to shut the F up and let you speak. And he's like, nah, you know, that's what they call me. Nah, you know, I want to talk with you, talking, I talk. I said, no, not right now. This is not the time for that. Right now, I'm trying to introduce you to something and give you some jewels, and this is where we at. Either you want it or you don't want it. Let's stop it. You know what I mean? So bottom line is, I had to leave his ass alone. You know what I mean? And I decided to just stay away from that whole batch, because you know how y'all say the youth don't want to listen, the youth is not listening. Sometimes you run across those that don't listen, meaning they listen, but they're not listening to comprehend. They're not listening to understand. You follow what I'm saying? So that's what that batch was about. So I looked at that like a bad batch, a bad apple. You know what I mean? That's not an apple for me because that apple don't want to grow. So you continue to be where you at and be content, and I'm good with that, and I have nothing to contribute. Whenever you're ready, feel free to hit me up. When you hit me up and come to me, you sit back and you listen like a student. If you don't want to do that, it's not a problem. Go on with your life and let me grab the babies that want to listen to comprehend and not listen to rebuttal. Because that's all we seem to have from this generation. Because they, for some reason, they feel like they have to show you that they know. You know, it's not like that, man. It's not like that, youngins. When I get around the old timers, I was at the Battlegrounds Old Timers Day, like I said, and it was so, I saw one of Nicky Barnes' hitmen, you know, and me and him was talking. I saw one of Nicky Barnes' hustlers. We was talking, you know what I mean? And when they talked, I didn't have nothing to say because now I'm learning their generation. And I shut the F up. And I gave him the floor. And that's all I asked this generation for was the floor. They didn't want to give it, so I'm going to move the hell on and find somebody that, you know, wants to give me the floor so I can wake them up, right? Now, let me ask y'all this, right? Let's talk really about this. You remember they didn't want to elect Hillary Clinton. She's a white woman. We're keeping it 100. They didn't want to make a white woman president of the United States. So do you think they're ready to make a black woman the president of the United States 8 years later? Y'all put it in the comments. Do you think America is ready to elect a black woman for the president and run the country, the greatest country of the United States? Let's be smart about this, you know? And this is what I see. This is my opinion. This is what I see the Democratic problem as. What the Democratic problem is, they try and be too politically correct when you got to step out the box and just be yourself, man. Donald Trump is winning because he's being himself. Reckless mouth, racist mouth, as y'all might want to call it. Anything you want to call it, he's just being himself. You take it as racist, he don't take it as racist. You know what I mean? I don't even take it as racist, just keeping it 100, you know, because words don't make you racist. Because words could tell you that I love you, homie, and then they shooting you in the back of the head. So we're not going to deal with words. We're going to deal with accents. Like I said, this man put in place a thing called the First Step Act that allowed the judges to correct the errors that Joe Biden put in place and tied the judges' hands. And that's why I'm free. That's why so many of my generation is free after decades in prison. And for that, Donald Trump got my loyalty. Kill me, say what you want, say how racist you think he is. No, that man freed me and gave me a second chance when my mother's 89 years old and she's upstairs. She went to the hospital for a month and a half. That's why my video's been slow. I've been dealing with my 89-year-old mother in the hospital. She came home twice in a month and a half. And both times she came home, within an hour, I had to call the ambulance and watch them take my mother out the house with her head hanging off, looking like she was dying on me. And that's what I was dealing with. And then I got comrades that say, oh, you ain't been calling me. I called you, you didn't respond. You know, listen, my brother, I'm dealing with my issues. Yeah, but you know I'm family. You could have called, you could have told me. Family, I deal with my issues the way I deal with it. You know what I mean? And the way I want to deal with it is me be by myself and deal with my mother and whoever don't understand that I don't want to talk. I don't want to tell you until I'm ready, like I'm telling y'all now, then that's it. Y'all didn't even know what was going on. Imagine seeing your 89-year-old mother, and a lot of us watching our mothers has passed, rest in peace to them. But imagine seeing your 89-year-old mother that you was in jail for 26 years, and for 26 years, she's the one that kept you strong, telling you, baby, these white boys ain't gonna keep my king in jail for the rest of his life. That's how she gave it to me. But I'm gonna tell y'all Jamaican how she said. She said, baby, them Yankee boy, them can't keep you in a prison. Me I pray for you and y'all come home and me now gonna wait till you come home. Me I dare for you. Me I dare when you come out and you are gonna come out. So don't make them people beat you down until you say you now come home to your mother. And now I'm here with my mother. Oh, my mother. And so you understand. And now I had to watch her being wheeled out on a stretcher 1 o'clock in the morning. After she just came home at like 6. She in there trying to sleep and she having trouble breathing. I gotta watch this. This is my queen. That's what them people took away from me. So you understand. And that's why I'm going to keep it 100. I'm going to say it, you know. I don't like prosecutors. That's just me. I don't like prosecutors because all the prosecutor care about is winning. They don't care about justice. Find me a prosecutor that care about justice. And if you find a prosecutor that care about justice, they wouldn't indicted those that they know wasn't indictable. But anything the police put in front of them, they run it to the grand jury, try and get an indictment so they could get a conviction and run it up the political ladder. I don't like prosecutors. I don't like state's attorneys. I don't like none of them. I'm just keeping 100. That's me. I respect them. I know they're doing a job. I don't think they're doing it correctly because they're basically just worrying about getting a conviction instead of getting justice. Lady Justice is supposed to be blinded. And don't think that this is a shot to Kamala Harris. I'm just letting you know because that came up along the course of this content that I'm creating, that I don't like prosecutors. I don't like states attorneys, Because like I said, look at Tukey. This woman could have saved Tukey. One of us could have saved Tukey. What would have been so hard to sign off, to have Schwarzenegger sign off, you know what I mean? And for her to endorse that, that Tukey could just spend the rest of his life in jail. So we could think about it. Maybe in another 20 years when he's 80, we could let him out. But instead, they took his life to let it be known that that's how much they so angry that this man, Tukey Williams, was one of the founders of the Crips, which is such a strong, powerful organization that they so worried about waking up and getting into politics one day. And that's not a shot at them that they're not in the politics. So we all supposed to be more in it because we supposed to be the ones, rallying right now, you know what I mean? Me included. So it's not to shoot no shot. We're supposed to be rallying in order to get the people in office that best suits our agenda for our people. Is our duty, not to come up here and talk about 50 Cent and Drake, teamed up to get Rick Ross. Trey Prince said this, Cameron said this, Mace said that, Diddy this. And I'm going to tell you one thing because I feel like riding. And I'm in the church right now. I feel like riding. Check it out. I'm going to tell you all this and mark my words, right? I guarantee you, right? By now in September, they're going to release either some more Diddy tapes, real horrific Diddy tapes that they're going to act like they got to blur the whole thing, type things, horrific videotapes of something that has to do with the Diddy situation, or they're going to indict Diddy, by now and no later than October, because the election is November 2nd. I put everything on it that they're going to indict Diddy, by now in October, right before the biggest election of our time, and that's to get our people watching the Diddy situation instead of going to the ballot. If y'all don't understand what I said, I don't know what. And y'all need to share this video because this is the type of content that I like to create. Why sometimes I don't put up a video for 3 days because I sat here watching and say, man, we in for a rude awakening. There's no way, in my opinion, that America is ready for a black woman to be the president of this country right now. And the crazy part is so much of those, Democrats up on Capitol Hill, they know that. And they're not trying to be politically correct and just support her because she's one of them. They looking at the reality. The ones that's going to step back and say, oh, I'm not going to support her, that's because they're dealing with the facts. Like, let me give you one, right? Because, we always talk about John Gotti, and Big C. Let's ride. Right? I'm going to give you one about John Gotti and Big C, right? And another one, Tony Montana. Oh, and my man True God from Foster Projects in the Bronx. Big Jamal co-defendant. These are men that's so loyal to New York that in the prison, they'll put up a bag of like $5,000 on a Knicks game or the Knicks series, knowing that the Knicks was not going to beat Miami. They knew it, but they was not going to go against their team, New York Knicks, because they're real New Yorkers, and that's how we roll. We stick with it. And that's what you got in Washington. You got the ones loyal to the party that's saying that these are the rules, this is where we got to go, we got to support it by any means. And then you got the ones that sit in the cut, you know, like me, and say, man, there's no way in hell the Knicks gonna beat the guy there. I mean, Miami. You know, let me put my $5,000 on Miami. You know what I mean? The next day, all the homies is pissed, and I'm smiling with my winnings. Because I didn't bet with my heart, I bet with my mind. So that's what I'm telling y'all. Don't go voting with your heart. Vote with your mind and what will put food on your table to take your family to the next era. How many of y'all, right, to ask a question, how many of y'all thought about what your grandchildren gonna do? What your grandchildren gonna be? What profession your grandchildren may go to? What school, what college you want to send your grandchildren to? And that even go to the ones that's not even born yet. That's to your grandchildren that's not even born, or the ones that don't have grandchildren, or one that already have them. Don't wait till the last minute to wake up, man. And don't do it. Because, y'all, listen, man. Right now, you tell me if you think America, the United States, is ready for a black woman as president, and you see the momentum that Donald Trump has. Sit back and look at both of their records, and y'all make your own choice. I'm not telling you what choice to make. I'm just telling you that Donald Trump freed me and my comrades, a lot of my comrades, you know what I mean? And, you know, Joe Biden put him in jail. You understand what I'm saying? With the crime bill from 1992 that Bill Clinton signed. Bill Clinton even cried tears that that was the worst thing he ever did, was sign that crime bill. And to this day, Joe Biden haven't even apologized to us. That's like how you get presidents, you know, people that's in power say, I want to apologize to the Negroes, you know what I mean, for putting their ass in slavery. And then you got those that say, man, I ain't gonna say nothing, man. That's behind us. Now it's behind us. You see where I'm coming from with this? Wake up, y'all. Listen, some bitty information is on the way out. Watch what I'm telling you. This is my prediction. You know what I mean? This is my opinion for you rat bastards that's going to say, how you know? Because I know how kings fight a war. So right now, they're going to throw out some videotape on Puff Daddy. Watch what I tell you. Then I'm going to come back up here. I'm going to play this little clip. They're going to throw out a video on Puff Daddy, or they're going to indict Daddy, Big Daddy, or whatever, Puffy, whatever his name is. You know, I keep saying Daddy Diddy. You know what I mean? If I'm saying how much, I don't even care about that crap. You know what I mean? I just know him as Puff. And they done changed the name of Diddy, Love, and all this crap. You know what I mean? And like I said, that man ain't do nothing for me, but he's still a black man and he's with us. He's one of us. I don't agree or support or stand next to nothing he did. Let's get that straight. And I'm going to give a gunshot with that. I don't stand by or support nothing that he's accused of. Nothing. But he's still one of us, and I don't want those people to get their hands on him because they don't play fair, and I wouldn't want them to do it to my brother because they did it to me. And I know the games they play. Look what they doing with Young Thug. Alec Baldwin going to courtroom first day of trial. He filed for a mistrial before they even put a witness on, and he's scot-free, never got to go back to trial. They playing this game with our brother Young Thug down in Atlanta, Georgia, Fulton County, where they got the brother down there held bondage with a bunch of charges trumped up. Some may be real, not saying that he's innocent. You know what I mean? And if you listen to what his lawyer, Brian Steele, always say when they ask him, do you feel your client is innocent? He never say yes or no that he's innocent. He said that he was charged with a lot of crimes that he didn't do, and he's going to defend him to the end, but he's not going to get into his innocent or guilt because that's irrelevant. His job is to defend him like it's our job to stand next to him the same way the people stood behind Alec Baldwin, got his case walked out. They can't bring him back to trial, nothing else. You know what I mean? And I'm going to show you how this thing works, because we're going to ride. You know, that's why I don't understand. You know, I keep so much in me that when I start doing these videos, they get to be an hour. You know what I mean? But I'm just vibing right now talking to y'all. Let me explain this to you. You saw the way that house nigga Glanville, right? Yeah, I've said house nigga for those y'all don't like it. You saw the way that house nigga Glanville was working with them sisters in the court, and they tried to stick together and made all those crazy ass rulings. And now they got a European woman in there that got to worry about her career because she know that, you know what I mean, the new media is watching. My prediction is that she's going to wind up calling a mistrial before this is all over, or at the very least give Thugger a bail and his co-defendants because of what they doing to him. She ain't even been watching that foolery because they don't even respect the house nigga down there. So she don't even know what been going on in the Young Thug trial, and she even said it. And she's so official to show you how she worried about saving her own political career. She's so official that she fired, she, how you say, recused, you know, Judge Glanville's stenographer, the chick that was lying, that was trying to hide the information, what went on in the ex parte meeting. That white woman came in. Yes, I said white woman. She came into her white courtroom and told them, you niggas in the way, man. You niggas made a spectacle of our court. You niggas messing us up. You niggas done screwed up this whole system where they losing faith in how we're running this courtroom and the justice system, because that black woman that they put in there, the first one that recused herself because her secretary was allegedly in inappropriate behavior with an inmate, and so she recused herself. She didn't even want to be honest and say that that ex parte meeting was foolery, that it was dishonest. She said, oh, it was honest, but I'm going to remove Glanville because I don't want people to lose, you know, faith in the public running and reputation of the courtroom. Baby, stop it. You know that joint wasn't right. How are you going to call a man back there as a judge and sit there and threaten him to testify for the prosecution, but you don't call the defense in there? A blind man could see that. Don't y'all get caught up. Don't y'all get caught up. And don't get caught up on the Diddy information that's getting ready to come out. So those of y'all that know Diddy, you let him know, just like I told Gene Deal to tell Diddy not to take his ass to California when we lost one of the greatest rappers of all time, Biggie Small, is the same way I'm telling Diddy now, nigga, they coming to get you. And they're going to use you during the time of the election as a distraction. You going down for the distraction to be caught up in the political arena of the biggest election in history. But you one of us, so they're going to punish your character. They're going to punish your legacy for this election. So y'all send this to Diddy. They're going to punish your legacy for this election in order to get our people not to watch it, because they know that our people is so caught up in the entertainment world and the gossip world than the political world that puts food on your table. Y'all say, man, Unique, you came home, you're doing so good, you don't blend in society? Because I never left society. I was always in my mind dealing with society by watching the news and reading books and magazines and newspapers. So I was out here with y'all, but in slower time, because I had to wait till the postman brought me the Newsweek magazine. I had to wait till the news reported on it, or when we wasn't locked down, when they allowed us to watch the news. You know, when big things like this happen in prison, they try and find a way to say that there's a power short. There's something wrong with the cable. You know what I mean? Oh, the cable went down. Now we can't look at TV to know what's happening in the free world, but they told us that the cable went down, and a lot of my comrades went with that bull crap. But I got right on that damn phone and told them, my family, find out what's going on and send it to me overnight express. And that's how I was able to come home and blend into society, because I stayed in tune with society. Y'all tell me, like I said, do you think America is ready for a black female president? That's all I want y'all to do. Y'all tell me that. All right? Put that in the comment. Let's get that going. You understand? So you understand, been on here long enough. I got things to do. You know what I mean? And that's the main thing. Tell me if you think America's ready for a black female president, and let's get this going. And I'm telling y'all, send this video to Diddy. So if you care about Diddy, or if you want to inform Diddy that Unique Mecca Audio told them you people coming to get you, man, for this election. They're going to use you as the distraction for our people. If y'all don't share this video with everybody I know, that means you're trying to stay stuck. Share this video and call my bluff. I guarantee you before the election is over, it's going to be some crazy Diddy news coming out, or they're going to indict him because they need him for this, for the distraction. But I got them kind of waiting until it kind of heat up, like in August sometime, mid-August, late August. But they might just drop a teaser right now because we watching too much with this, you know, attempt assassination on, you know, Donald Trump. Too many niggas know about that. Damn. We got to kind of hide that. What could we do? You know what I mean? We can't use the old saying, you know, if you want to hide something from a black man, you put it in a book. If you want to hide anything, that's what the white people were saying. If you ever want to hide anything from a black man, you put it in a book, because that's the last thing a black man do is pick up a book. That's how they looked at us. But I picked up books, Mr. European, and I'm here to tell my people, based on, you know, the Honorable Donald Trump releasing me, to be able to let them know what El Chapo was going through in ADX. I didn't panic when y'all put me in ADX for 5 years. I went and did my time because I know that's where God wanted me to sharpen me as the steel to come back and talk to my people. Now, the ones that want to listen, that's on them. The ones that don't, like the ones I was telling y'all earlier about in the park, that want to cut me off when I'm telling them to go get the book, The Secret, and I was even going to pay for the book. I was going to buy the young man the book, but he never let me finish. He kept trying to tell me what he know instead of listening to a wise old man like me. I sat down and I told him like this. Let me ride. I'm going to tell you how real I am. I sat down. It's dark in the park. I kneeled down. I said, you see how dark it is in this park? And you see me here talking to you? Do you know that I know at any minute somebody could walk up to me and put a bullet in the back of my head? And you know I welcome that. Do you know that when I leave here to go back up to Amsterdam to the other party, somebody could put 2 bullets in my head? But then all my wisdom will be gone. I'm standing here now trying to give it to you, and you trying to tell me what you know and about the books you read instead of listening, because I'm on borrowed time, my brother. So you better get what I could give you. Listen, when I'm gone, these videos that I'm making is gonna make my great grandkids to live like any other European that made it grandkids. But while I'm alive, it's a rebuttal. They hold you back on the algorithm and all that. But they know what I'm speaking. Ain't no nigga never spoke no shit like this publicly. And everyone that tried got assassinated. Let's keep it 100. So I'm telling them, dog, I could be going at any minute, any second. And you're trying to battle me. Once they shoot me, and it's gone, or once I die from whatever poison they give me, and if I shut down, there's nothing there, that means everything goes with me to the next world that I welcome. So you better get what you can from me in this world, and that's what these videos is for. If y'all don't understand that and want to say, oh, he's asking for a cash app, he's asking for a cash app, I'm tapping into your mind and opening you up so much that, man, these people would never fool you again. And then you got the people that want to slander your name because they was dishonorable, and they know that it's about being honorable, and they started out saying they was honorable, then they got dishonorable, so now they try to put everyone in the dishonorable category as them because they got broken. So they want to make the ones that didn't get broken look like they, you know, are broken too. But my resume there, my nigga. You know? And let me ride back to this joint here, right? And then I'm going to tap out. Last thing I'm going to say, this new judge, the white woman that came in, fired that, you know, when fired that house nigga's stenographer and said, I don't need nothing from her. I got my own stenographer. I got my own person going to take notes of what's said in the trial that I know is going to take it verbatim from the dictation of the testimony and every witness that's speaking. So now we don't need the house nigga stenographer. I don't need nothing from the house nigga. Take your belongings and take your fake ass stenographer and get the hell out my courtroom. I got my own. But she said it real politely. Oh, I'm going to bring in my own stenographer. So I get it from her. But I'm telling you what she's saying. Nigga, you screwed up and she screwed up with you. You went down, she going down because she was monitoring the trial. And I'm not going to be a part of going down with you from what your stenographer did and the games y'all tried to play, which they all play, including this white judge. So it's not giving her no props. It's just now it's in the open media and the world could see So this white judge is going to try and act like she's doing things right by the book. But if you look back at her cases, I guarantee you she'll see that she wasn't shit either. And on that note, you know what I mean? Cop the book of Ruin Harlem. If you subscribe, hit the notification bell. It don't cost nothing to hit the notification bell and the like button to get it in the algorithm. It's free. It's free to hit the notification bell. And if you want to respect the game and know that the game is to be sold, not told, my Cash App is on the screen. Unique Mecca Hall. $ Unique Mecca Hall. Hit the logo. Make sure it says it was created in 2020. And if you want to talk to me, my phone number is on the screen. 917-680-9091. If you want me on my show, you just want to talk to me, ask me questions, but know that the game is to be sold, not told. Don't call me and want to keep me on the phone for an hour and think you're not going to send a nigga nothing. It don't work that way in this country. You see, when they announced that Kamala Harris was running for president, them Europeans, they cash apped them $49 million. They cashed out the Democratic Party for her presidency $49 million. What was Cash App, Zelle, small check, hard checks, whatever, because you rat bastards gonna say, no, they didn't Cash App it, but she got $49 million over the weekend when she announced that she was running and not President Joe Biden for the new re-election for the United States. But then when a black man come up here and give you jewels, you say you not gonna give them nothing. When the Europeans, they are donating to the cause and respecting it. The game is to be sold, not told, and shit costs money. Like this damn iPhone I had to buy that y'all gonna call on. So don't call me thinking you're gonna talk to me on my iPhone for nothing when I paid my money for it, and then you want my wisdom that I'm blessed to be here with, thanks to the Honorable Donald Trump. Cop the book of Ruin Harlem at ruinharlem.com. I'm out of here. Let me give y'all this because I'm tired. Don't fall for the okie doke no more. Y'all be smarter than that, y'all. I'm asking y'all, be smarter than that. Share this video. Share this video, man. That's what it is. Share this video. Don't get caught up in that. All right? It ain't hard to share it. It ain't hard to let our people know what time it is. And I'm letting you know, be on the lookout for some new Diddy stuff just to keep you guys busy and away from the greatest election of your lifetime.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
Fresh out the can of 26, yeah. He back on the strip, getting back in the mix. Yeah. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Real. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Yeah. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spin a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be whoring uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend an ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours.